or when people are fighting for the preservation of your tribe and you are working against them, you are worse than the person attacking you, attacking your race, or attacking your tribe. We don't expect everybody to be on board for one reason or the other. There are people full of hate and jealousy, and that takes them to an extent that they will do unthinkable. Do the unthinkable. I mean, do what you never think somebody will do. And what is the brain behind it? Jealousy, hatred, and greed. And they pose themselves as one of you. They are not one of you. It is like making a friend. Somebody coming to you pretending to be your friend, but is your arch enemy. Why is that person pretending to be your friend in the first place? That is the easiest way to get to you. And the earlier you learn how to cut your losses, the safer you will be. We have lived through this for a very long time. And preaching does not solve it. We have been in this mess for almost 100 years plus. Are there things we are not seeing? We are seeing all of them. Are there things we are not understanding? We are understanding them. Are there things that are being shielded that we've not seen? We've seen all of them. When we talk about Biafra, we just didn't get up and say Biafra. Most of us worked for the unity of the country. Biafrans are the ones that did it. And Biafrans are the ones being rubbished because they thought they have conquered us. They thought that they have rendered us useless. And those that bought whatever they sold to them are still consuming the lies being fed to them. That the unity is indivisible. Then the question is, what unity? What constitutes unity? Based on what? That is the lie they threw out. It's like a piece of carrot being thrown out to you to bite. And as they throw that out and you bite, they come behind and put laws. Laws that gag you. Laws that tie you up. Laws that make you immobile. And they continue. They continue to decimate you. Is this somebody that will tell you to free yourself? You have to sit down and assess the situation. You have to sit down and see why you are constantly in the same mess. And whoever that starts trying to free you becomes your utmost enemy. The enemy. The enemy that made a sacrifice for you to be free. And that person that made the sacrifice for you to be free becomes your enemy. And then the person that is killing your people becomes your best friend. And you wonder which pond they are fishing from. We have recently been witnessing the massive movement of northern males, Fulanis, overstuffed in Dangote trailers. Not 1, not 10, not 20. Assess the length of the double trailer packed with soldiers. They are well trained and they come to you in waves trying to invade your community. And they are using COVID-19 as a pretext. Are you not seeing it? Why are they hiding? Why are they hiding inside those trailers? Why are they being covered with trampoline? Why are they being hidden behind sacks of rice or whatever you might think they are using? If there is no ill motive, why are they hiding them? Let me say that people are very evil. And when you look at the news, when you look at the media in the zoo, they think that they can make and unmake. This is where the danger arises. If you look at what is happening in Iguacha, when you stand for your people, when you stand to say you have sworn to defend your people and you are defending your people, then people will be saying why. And these are the same people that are under threat. These are the same people that have lost parts of their states to the Fulanis. Go to Degema, Buguma, Kalabari. Who are those residing there? Who are those that have taken over? Go to the sea. Like you're entering in, but who are those parading, telling you that they are here to take it? And at the same time, your governor is seeing the danger. And he is the only one standing right to say, I will not bow to unnecessary pressures. You've forgotten the election. You've forgotten how many of you that got killed. You've forgotten about the stuffed ballot papers. And in as much as we are saying this, you've forgotten that there are people that are still working against the governor. Instead of trying to encourage him, protect him. People are full of ignorance. Let me give you a bit of what I'm saying, and then subsequent clips, and you will see where I'm coming from when I talk about media. This same media have not called Rufai. They have not been to the Fulani enclave to say, why are you sending these fighters down to the south? They have not even stepped out of their studio to go at the borders to say, why are these people massively moving down to the south? This same Gota media that our leader is referring to. And they act as if they have not even gone to say who is in charge. They have not done it. It is only to question that person that is standing for his people.
after this nationwide condemnation, those, even some from your support base, do not seem to be in support of that action. Do you regret the decision you made to demolish these hotels?
Well, with all due respect, I do not regret the decision we took at the Security Council that we are going to demolish the hotels. Now, you know, in Nigeria, so many people jump into issues without knowing the facts or having the facts at the background. We always act on sentiment, we always act on the emotions. Of course, I understand that. Take, for example, when we signed the kidnappers law that we said, look, if anybody, any kidnapper who owns a building, and we find out that that building belongs to the kidnapper, the government was going to destroy such buildings, we don't see any of such reaction. We are talking about life and death. And what happened in this case? It's unfortunate. I just watched the video. And I hope you are also going to show the video of those that were named. We are talking about protecting lives and property. It's not in my place. I can't be a happy man that I want people to be unemployed. I can't be a happy man that people's property have been destroyed. But I'm talking about life. You cannot take people's life simply because you do not want to obey the order. Now, this COVID-19, we have tried as a state. Now look, see what is happening in other states. This state was the first state that locked down the borders. So many people were shouting, are you a country to lock down the borders? But I'm happy today. People are seeing what we cried earlier. That if we do not do this, the number you will see in River State will be something else. And we may not have the capacity to contain it. And therefore, there is the need for us to say, lock down our borders. Let us not have the influx of people coming in. So we'll be able to contain those who are inside our state. Now, we have signed executive orders. This is executive order 7. And we told people, whether we are wrong or where we are right, that is a matter of the court to decide. So many people practice law on social media. So many people practice law on pages of newspapers. So many people are human rights activists based on when they go to channels or come to newspapers to talk. I cannot say that what I have done, as far as I'm concerned, I can say what I have done, that was right, because it was a Security Council decision. But I may be wrong. Let the court pronounce that I was wrong, or the Security Council was wrong. It's a different matter. But then what will happen? I called all traditional rulers. I called all chairmen of councils. Listen, the index number we have for what it has shown, more of these index numbers are from hotels. So what do? Let us shut down the hotels for now and find out how the number will increase. If it increases, and with what we have, we don't know, okay, it comes from the hotels as we have been given the numbers. But if it's not so, we don't know what to do. So Security Council met us, okay, this is what we're going to do. And we announced to several years, look, don't do this. And you can't believe it. People are always sentimental. People are always emotional. People capitalize on politics. Even those who preach that what you did was wrong. They're based in Lagos. They're based in Abuja. Now, we sent in our task force to all the local government. Look, go to all the hotels. This is what has happened. The executive order said, do not operate for some time now. And what happened? They beat them, they maimed them, they shot on guns, and you're the governor. And somebody would just look at the picture. I don't even know whether they will survive tomorrow or not. Look at what they did to them. And who did this? Who was responsible for this? A man, with all due respect to you, it's even embarrassing to me. a PDP youth leader in that local government, was responsible for this. To say nobody can direct him on what to do. But he has the powers. He has the right to name other people, to shoot them. Look at them lying down in the hospitals. Nobody knows what tomorrow will be.
Governor Wike, with due respect to you, we do understand that there's an issue of human rights there. However, I want to take you back to the demolition of the hotel. We're looking, a lot of states are looking at the post-COVID-19 economies of their state. Don't you think that there could have been, other measures that you could have taken against defaulters? Maybe seizure of such property, for instance, would have helped to deter others.
Okay, let me tell you, that is why I say Nigerians, you see, Nigerians, we forgot yesterday, you are talking about seizure. If I seize the hotel, does it not belong to the state? If it belongs to the state, don't I have the right to not demolish what belongs to the state? Assuming what you are saying. I'm talking about life. Look at people in the hospital that were shot. And you are telling me you don't consider another measure of whether seizing the hotel. Let's even concede to that. The state government, okay, we are still the hotel. But do we have right to say, okay, demolish it, since it's not our property? Let us put some other things there. And people should take life very important. Look at human beings in the hospital. You have the right to carry gun. You have a right to carry a knife to kill people simply because they said, don't do this. And you shot them.
Is the decision to demolish a retaliatory, move, or is it to deal with those who have erred on the side of the law?
No. First of all, it's not retaliatory. What we are saying is that, listen, we have said, if you violate, we will have to demolish. Now, we have even gone beyond. Somebody is now killing people, government officers who are working. Their lives are in danger. Somebody has gone to call them that, somebody has gone to shoot them, and then you are saying, as a responsible government, you fold your hands and to say, look, okay, what you should do is to say, okay, look, let us go and seize. Okay, assuming you even confiscate, whose property is it? It's not government property. Do you know, as a governor, for the first time in my life, I never knew that there could be a hotel in such a place. These are areas where kidnappers, even will go and kill people who they have kidnapped. You can't believe it. You can't believe it. I'm a Rivers person. I'm a grassroots politician. I never knew in my life that there could be a hotel there. But I thank God I had to go. Even when we were going, I was asking my people, where are we going to? They said, look, okay, we were going. Where are we going to? If you see where this hotel was, when people are shouting, you can't believe it. Look at it. Do you know the boy? I didn't even understand that this boy had been declared wanted 3 years ago. Unknown to me, 3 years ago. His leg is amputated 3 years ago. And he said, look, nobody can stop him from operating this hotel. As the youth leader would do respect my own party. Assuming it was another party.
Credibility. You see what we are dealing with. Do you see what we are dealing with? This is why we are in this situation. The television host is trying to play, but I wonder where these people are coming from. I must be honest with you. If we are talking about issues, you leave important issues and you're talking about this Governor Wike. I don't know him. But this is the step he's taken. And he's telling you why he did what he did. Is he wrong? No. If he confiscates the building and tomorrow demolishes it on behalf of the state, you get the same result. Was the person warned? Yes. Did the council agree on it? Yes. Did you just get up and say, like other Eastern governors, you wake up woman, I'm going to demolish your hotel. I'm going to catch you and maim you. And our people don't read between the lines. And it's the same Wike that took it upon himself to check the trucks of those human cargo that they are importing to you to finish you. But we are not focusing on that. And the TV host is not asking him questions about his heroic action in stopping these movements. Do you see the paid media, how they try to distort the facts? You're talking about human rights, and you are at the top. You are abusing human rights of Biafrans. You are abusing the human rights of Biafrans. And the same Biafrans, you are abusing their human rights. Somebody has sworn to protect them, and he is protecting them. And then you are using the same media you are paying to go and question why he has to defend his people. Do you see why they look at us as useless people?
Assuming it was another party, people would have said, because it was another party. This person the local government was inaugurated 2 days ago. And look at the mayhem. Look at what had happened. Now, are you telling me that today, if tomorrow we wake up, those guys are dead? What would you say? I say that I'm a responsible governor?
Thank you, Governor Wike. Thank you. As if it ends there. It doesn't end there. And this is a follow-up. And then you see the plot against you. You see how these people have plotted against you. Breaking news. President Buhari fights Governor Wike. This is the headline. And I say, which Buhari? Fighting Governor Wike. From where? And then we read it, and you see the follow-up. When I read stuff like this, I'm not reading it that is something you have to conclude on. I'm reading it hypothetically to buttress what Wike just said. And it came in the same time with Wike made that interview. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has withdrawn all security personnel attached to the Rivers State COVID-19 task force, citing human rights abuses. In another development, the Inspector General of Police, IGP, has ordered the release of everyone detained for breaking the Rivers State lockdown rule. And that is laughable. Yes, Governor Wike can do that. And if you're giving orders, what about those Biafrans you have been locking up for years? Are you releasing them too? You just released 4 the other day. Release all of them. And when you're talking about human rights, what about the little alamajiris you are abusing? You have failed to take care of them. You have failed to see about their well-being. Instead, you are transporting them. You are uprooting them from their ancestral land to a place they've not known. And you are talking about human rights. And it's more than meets the eye. And not to talk of that, are you not the same person if you are Buhari, regardless of who the order is coming from, even if it's coming from the IGP giving the orders release, why are you transporting human cargo? Or are you doing it to just to deceive us by saying, oh, therefore the imposition of the COVID-19 restriction is no longer in effect? It is your own law. You brought it up. And if you release all of them, release everybody all over the country jailed, and you restore the lives taken from the families you killed because of the lockdown. Your security agencies took away innocent lives. People that went to get food for their children, you killed them. And because the world is looking at you for transporting fighters, violating your own law, the law you made for your own good and at the detriment of other people, you are using that to say, oh, after all, they are free to travel because we have relaxed the law, after trying to infect other certain regions with coronavirus through transportation of infected people. And worst of all is the transportation of terrorists into the south. And you think you can deceive people. You think you can deceive people. You have seen the pictures. You have seen the enormous cargoes, human cargoes, coming out of Dangote truck. Who are those? Where are they headed? Where are they headed? That's my question. Why are they there? What is their mission down to the south? Who invited them? Where are they going to live? What job do they have there? Why are they all of the same, almost the same height and the same physical features? And let me just continue to tell you what we are talking about for those of you that are still dreaming.
From Nasarawa State with this motorcycle. Are you serious? You are coming into Enugu State to do what? To do Okada. From Nasarawa State. And this is your passenger? Okay. Go for a medical check first. Hey, can't turn her back. This Nasarawa people, you are turning them back. You are turning them back. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You are turning them back. Nasarawa with bike?
With bike. They are supposed to be turned back.
You're coming from Nasarawa State to Biafra land to come and do Okada. And the people in the people here don't have Okada. They don't have Okada. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? And when? When everybody is indoor. When you drive in, all the Biafrans stay at home. Then you are leaving your people to drive all the way from Nasarawa into Enugu. And we seem not to understand the games they are playing. We tend not to understand it. We tend not to see that these actions are detrimental to our survival. And what are they saying? Oh, the actions of the South. The actions of the South will trigger war. Every time you're talking about war, every time you are talking about war, how much longer are we going to tolerate this nonsense? And this is why when you are besieged, this is why when you have nowhere to go, you sit and fight back. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. What are your resources? What resources do you have? We have been saying that when Biafra comes, oil will not be our major target. We have other things we can do. And what is happening? Other resources we can tap into and ensure that our generation to come survive, that our generation to come has something to fall back to. What are some of these greedy governors doing? They are inviting the Chinese to come and exploit all of them. They are in China. They don't want you. They don't want to see you. But they are in your land with the help of your senseless governors, destroying the future of your children. And then they will extract those things and then go and see that their own children have a better future, and you will be poorer. And forever and ever, you will continue to be poor and be a beggar. You continue to beg. Those that have extracted your resources, and you go down and kneel before them, please give us aid. Please give us aid. It's when you go back to my opening statement. You go back to my opening statement when you feel you are not worth anything. Then you let other people rule over you. That is the truth.
You can see what China people is doing in our land. Here in Bonny State, Abakaliki. Just watching. This is Eniba. You can see what they are doing. Ebana Igoland, mineral resources in Eba. Just watch the land very well. But yeah, and the China now. Yeah, and 11 the China. Ne? Ne? Therefore, yeah, on any BC. Abakaliki local government. What's the name? What's that? The name of my.
Yes. You strip yourself of your future. You let people strip you of your future and that of your generation to come. And when the oil becomes useless, as it's becoming, you will not have anything to fall back to. And where is the money going? Who is responsible? The same lead they will use and turn into arms and ammunition, and they will use it to come and kill you. Do you see how useless we are? And not that you can do anything. Not that the people involved are more intelligent than you. They are not intelligent at all. Go to China and tell them you want to extract mineral resources from their land. It is a simple issue. Go to China. You tell them you want to extract mineral resources from their land. See what will happen to you. Next day you will be a barbecue with your ribs being consumed right in front of your brother. But the mentality of Igbos is so archaic that I don't know if it is a cause. All African countries, when I descend on the Igbos, I know why I am. Because we claim to know. We claim to be ahead, but we are nowhere. I will not personally welcome any other foreign excavator to come to my land to dig an inch. You will not. And they will say they are giving you a development. They are developed from who to who, from where to where. And you see the world's policy is changing. You don't know the extent of minerals you have in your land. Just like animals. Let me give you the simplest form. Animals, wildlife. What do? We go in the bush, hunt them to the last. Even a rabbit, you cannot see a rabbit running around. We shoot them, kill them. Bushmeat. Not to talk of mineral resources. Do you know when you destroy those bushes, those equatorial rainforests, do you know that if you preserve them, that can fetch you tremendous money from tourists? No planning. Sell the land, destroy it, build it, and the tropical rainforest is vanishing. And what angers me most is that we are the same people that will then go to the white man's zoo to go and see the animals from our ancestral land. And they look at us and laugh at us. It is we that will go to the we'll just go to the exhibit to see our crafts. They are doing exhibition. Oh, this is from Africa, and you walk like a dummy. Your own artifacts displayed permanently in the arts building, and you're looking at it. And they came and took them away from your land, and you are paying to go and see it. It is very, very regrettable. The same Africans will hunt, no restriction, no law. Even if you put the law, the Chinese man will come and tell you, kill the elephant and give us the ivory. I will use it to make medicine so that you will be potent. And at the same time, they are making vaccines that will make you impotent. And you will go and kill the elephant. And you take the tusk. Oh, they will use it and make dagger, ivory. But in their own, they give you a panda. They know that the panda is unique. And they'll give you timeline to return it. We will loan you the panda for 3 years. We will loan you the panda for 4 years. After 4 years, return it back to China. Because that is home for the panda. But in your own case, they'll come and take the giraffe, box it, and boom, it's gone. Never to come back. You have. I say you have. But you don't care. God has given you, but you ignored it. God has blessed you, but you have no need for the blessing. And those that are jealous of all that has been given to you, come and take it with your own blessing, with your own lead. You call them, oh, this thing is here, come and get it. Just like your land. Oh, come and buy it. And you take worthless money to send your sons overseas. And when they get there, they run into problems just like we all did. You go through hell to survive here. And when we come home, you think we are billionaires. And we are billionaires. And those posing as billionaires, check their background. Most of them are persona non grata. They are not wanted. Most of them deported because they engaged in illegal things to survive. It is not in their nature. It's when they come here, they run into roadblock, then they find a way to survive. And then when you go home, instead of directing others not to make the same mistake, you deceive them to go through the same mess that you went through. Hatred, whatever it is that is in us, only Chukwuemeka will cure us from that. That has been given to you, to him that has, more is given. To he that has not, the one he has is taken away. And go and think about that. When you have, you don't want it. You think for today, you want to build a mansion. I've learned my lesson. I will not build to impress you. I will build to suit me. I will not do something to impress you, to show you that I am worth billions. I will build. I will present myself as a human being. Love me for what I am. Love me for the color of my skin. Love me for what God gave to me. If you don't like it, bye. And this is what put pressure in us. Everybody wants to build a mansion. Hence, you want a title. And our leader is suffering. And now you have a very strong governor standing tall saying, I will protect my people. See how they are battling him. But where are the other governors from the south? I'm not talking about Biafra, I say from the south. And when the Fulanis will address you, they will address you as the south. That means the Oduduwas and the Middle Belt not accepted. When are we going to wake up? And my question of the day is, what do you think of these fighters they are ferrying in? Their guns are already in the military camps. What do you think about them? If you are attacking Wike for physically going to inspect these trucks, and then you see people being found in the back of sacks of rice. They put the sacks of rice in the front, and you think the trailer is loaded with rice. Behind the sacks are filled with terrorists. Why are they coming? Why are they not observing the sit at home? Now that COVID-19 is taking toll of people in the north, they say, okay, now it's time to relax it. Okay, release them. Okay, we are releasing our own people. Then they will be everywhere, and the death toll will continue to rise. The borders must remain closed. The borders must remain closed and must be enforced. So when you criticize people, be careful for what you wish. This is your last stand. This is your last stand. It is happening to you right before your eyes. It's either you survive or you perish. You cannot gamble. You have no reason to gamble. The threats are there. And the actual implementation is being carried out right before your eyes. When the foreign governments extract their people from your land, they know what is coming. They know what is going to befall you. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon to you, Mazi. Mazi, Alozie, good afternoon.
Good morning from here. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my fellow friends of difference and lovers of freedom. The blessing of our Heavenly Father, Chukwuemeka, will continue to keep us moving forward. My name is Hugo, and I am calling from Enugu Province this afternoon. Mazi, thank you for playing that clip. A lot of people are talking nonsense when it comes to what happened in River State. But my little question to those of them in the media that is condemning what Wike did, you listen to him carefully, you can discover that there is a reason why that demolition took place. And at the same time, warning have occurred. And you can hear from him other reasons, because so many people are talking nonsense, which in the Zoom media, people that doesn't compete all the time that innocent people are being killed by the evil planning jihadists, Boko Haram. You can never see the Zoom media condemning what they are doing, just as they are for them actions. The Governor Wike. You can hear from him that his side of protecting life remains vital. Yes, he's a governor. Then when it comes to what is going on here, Mazi, you were saying what you are saying is 100% correct. We are here in province and we can tell you that what you are saying this afternoon mainly took place in Enugu province. Yes, this is the place that they said no movement, sit at home, lockdown, and you can see a trailer of Nama and a trailer of all sorts that comes from that part of the world down to this particular state. So the question is, who is behind all these things? And the states which these trailers are coming from. You really want to tell me that there is no security agency in the road that sees all these trailers of Nama and the trailer of Yam with a full loaded of jihadist Fulani people they call Al-Majiri? You will see them on top of this trailer. Not one, not two, not three, not four. As he said, they will hang there like birds, travel a very far distance. And that is the number one way they are making these people move from another state. I can say it again so that you get what I'm saying. I said, the number one way which these people are traveling, they put them in the trailer of Nama, full set of Nama trailer, and onions and the tomato trailer that comes from north. And the reason why, Mazi, at the same time, that trailer is also a particular where these people hide their secret, all the whole evil thing that is to another state. That is inside that trailer, because if you are Igbo army, or let's say an insurgent account that you must stop the truth is that you can't say look. So that trailer remains where they hide the evil thing they transfer to other states. And a particular means for them to these people that have no hope, which all of them do. So the whole time they say that we should sit at home here. They say that no movement. I can boldly tell you that these people are walking around from north to down to this Enugu. This is the simple truth. At the same time, you will see about 15, 20 people on top of the trailer. They will just lie down there like a bird. They will not fall. So, if what we did in River State, if the person that owns that hotel was warned, if warning was given to him and he refused to obey, what do you expect? Why can't you see it? Now he has given you a very genuine reason that when a government sees a property, it belongs to him. They can do with it. By the way, there is a lot of property that government sees here in Enugu. See this time around. So, when people will be killed, innocent people, you will not come out boldly like this and condemn the action of killing innocent people. But you are calling all sorts of names to Governor Wike because demolish life. The ruler don't have leader. They demolition life in what house. Peter. As you consider this wonderful skill for playing this script, because a lot of people have seen the reason why that demolition and the manipulation upon the leader Mazi and the Carlos wonderful work. Modern work that is what the rest of that came to do this wonderful work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The call number is +1 484 767 0848 +1 484 767 0848. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Alozie.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Alozie, today I am from South Africa. I'm all about the video with any new, but all of them also not here. But let's start somewhere because of time. Alozie, if this true, Buhari would draw all the security personnel in Wiki, River State. Then, you see, did you anybody listening? Did you hear that? Aerofile is a monster clearly in is it Kaduna State. Aerofile demolished, including churches. Mazi, you remember that is the quarrel between Aerofile and Apostle Suleiman.
Oh yes.
Because of his way of life of demolishing houses, threatening Christian areas, damaging anything. Buhari was president then. Nobody said anything. You know, Mazi, God will punish those media. You know, Nigeria is running by the WhatsApp group. So that's because there's nothing like Buhari statement anywhere. That particular media person who's uselessly just listen to, sitting somewhere in any room, WhatsApp him what you will say. He will just write it and credit it. The Buhari say, Buhari do this, Buhari do that. How on earth will you come and say breaking news? Buhari will draw all security personnel attached to the River State COVID task force sitting human rights. Which kind of moral is this? Measure about the human rights. Azaki as it is sitting where he is. Dazuki as it is where he is. Which human rights are we talking about now? If anybody should talk about human rights, must him if there is anything like that. But a lot of his followers, a lot of his media campaigners should not even mention anything for the human rights. So you will completely come out now. You media interview, putting Governor Wike online. Why are you putting the one that is working online? You hire somebody to work for you. This one, you went out and he came back, you can see him busy. When you left, he's busy working. You came back, he's busy working. The rest of 5 or 6 or 9, maybe Okowa, that woman in Enugu and the rest of them, they are all sitting one place. You came back from the duty post. You went straight at the one that was working without asking the rest that are sitting down. What were you doing? I left here, I saw you on lunch. I came back in the dinner time. You are still on the portion of where I left you, see where you are. What are we doing all this while? Not asking those ones any question. It's the one that is doing something you're asking. Now my question to you: when are you gonna put a call to Aerofile and interview him? When are you going to put a call to all the governors in North asking them why is their brother tripping down to the South? Why are you gonna make those calls public? Why are you interviewing Wike? Although he is a democratic person, so otherwise you couldn't have given them any interview in the first place. Why are you not interviewing the governors there, including the one he asked how many died in the Kano? He said no, it was weeks, not days. You know how we struggled to get hold of him. Why are you interviewing Wike asking why he demolished a hotel? He did not went there. It's by phone. He didn't go to the site. He's only the video with his cell phone face to them on Facebook, which they're threatening to shut down. That's where they're getting the pictures. None of them are there present, getting the facts. Because they got the weakest number, they can pick weakest number and call on him. So you see alive the zoo media. That's why you You will sit down, somebody will be recording, playing to you. You will still write live broadcast. They recorded the video. Even the date is at 25th, and you're playing it on 27th, I'm writing live video. You see, the other one is this guy. You see, Mazi Alozie, when you are telling people, hey, so you see, when they are telling you that this will be after any person that is vulnerable called Igbo, they won't understand. Then this guy called E-Money, Mazi Alozie, the breaking news now says IG have ordered the withdrawal of his personal security and order his probe for the way he spent the money and the rest of them. It's one statement that won't bother anybody. Somebody can check the news from Punch. Mazi, you see now, what did the E-Money do that are threatening him now? They're going to arrest. But they start teaching them one after the other. Why I'm saying that? The rest must learn. You stand if the IPOB member, we know you will back you, will fight for you, will speak good about you. And they won't even have that nerve to come after you. But when you are vulnerable, when you are sitting down, you check out you do one struggle, no good. Everybody should be all got but I can't talk. I'm back, I got you for you. Confirm. So, Mazi, in conclusion, please, for others to just come in. The media from the zoo, there's a lot which you mentioned, but let's just leave it here. They must start calling the governors in the north and asking, why is your brother tripping down to east? You ask, you see a senator now, there was interview by this AIT asking the senator. He said, no, abolishing Anamajiri is not a god that is to the north. So it's now a culture to them to burn and throw away. And you want the South that are looking after their own, no matter how poor our father is. You must go to school. You must be responsible. Also, you go and serve somebody every 6 years as case maybe, you get settled. No, now, tomorrow you call that person dominant. The moment serve somebody for 8 years and open a chemist or whatever right there, or a tire shop, you call it dominating. The tire is spending in the master's house. It wasn't dominating. So you that born in 60 and without to recognize not even one. 5 wives as a senator, you don't even 15 years a wife you have as the emir of canon called Salusi. Those ones that doesn't bother you. But you have the right no. The right to Joshua Weed must now flow to the east. They should be asking the governor, especially because he's the people at one they're passing through. They should be asking him question. Why is he gonna overrun and go to Bonaf and stay there and check those trucks hitting down having only 2 cows with the 400 men inside? When is Governor Ugwanyi is going to be in Ubolaf stopping those trucks? They should be calling him, not calling Wike. They should not walk on the way.
Thank you very much. It is what we are seeing.
Thank you.
Yes, that's what we're seeing. That's what we're dealing with. That's why we are the way we are.
It's very, very annoying.
Yeah, very, very. I don't let this pass me. Yep. I don't overlook these kind of issues.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. There we go. Good morning. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what happened to your line itself. This is what we are dealing with, and we will continue to deal with it. These little issues, if you overlook them, it becomes a major issue, and that is the way I look at them. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Mazi Alozie. My name is Unoma. I'm calling from the Pittsburgh region.
Welcome.
And I want to say something about this Governor Wike said. I want to say I'm rather surprised that this is a governor that is doing everything possible to protect his state. And our sister Obienzo Osele, Fashana, the lawyer in Falana, the federal government, they all jumped at his back to pull him down. I want to say that this is a sorry event, and that Nigerians, we should be careful about condemning people. I have looked at the whole thing up and down, and I do not in all sincerity think that Wike was wrong in his actions. So people should please be very, very careful. This is how they all jumped on the bandwagon and chased their good luck Jonathan out. Now, the only good governor in Biafra land, they are now at it again, trying to disgrace him and chase him out, so that evil people will come and take over. Please, our people, shine your eyes, though, and be careful about what you say. Chew your words. Think about the news that is being pushed out, because 80% of it is even wrong. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ulama. Thank you. Thank you. That is what we go through. With the one that works, they want him dead. Those ones that are not doing anything, they don't say anything. And then I ask you, where are you coming from? And where are you headed? Call your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mazi, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Mazi Meka. I'm calling from Indianapolis, USA. I'm from Enugu, Biafra land.
Welcome.
Mazi, thank you for the good work you're doing for people. I thank our leader, Mazi Nadekano. May God bless him and his family. Mazi, I want to contribute my own opinion on today's edition. Please, am I coming out clear?
We are hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah. These most of our people seem not understand what is going on. I engaged with little conversation with one of my friends here, Igbo, Nigeria. He said, we should endure. I said, okay, now. The house you build in Nigeria, you can't. This time you go to Nigeria, you can't even stay in that house. What kind of teaching are you teaching for the upcoming generation? We shall endure. So you want person to be a slave. If Martin Luther King decide to be a slave the way you are talking now, will you come down and come and enjoy America? There's something wrong with our people. There's one video, African American video, our leader posted, one lady, our leader posted yesterday on his Facebook. And Americans understand what is going on, understand the meaning of all these Fulani trooping in our land. Understand that there is no president in Nigeria. Understand the ways of Sibanjo. Ask questions. But the zoo baboons are monkey Nigeria. Doesn't care. All of them are living to forget to come and do. And God will say, go to the world and conquer. Bible, I'm not a pastor. I know there's one in Bible. Go to the world and 500 million. And Fulani come to your land, happy to be over you. And you can revolt to have your own freedom. Nobody asks question. Every sense of analysis our leader have given. America here, so here, understand our leader, completely clear. That's why our leader said there's something wrong with the black people. Because the white people, the one they think is different. That's the video. I put it for all of all those one Nigerians in this part of India now. They come and said the same. What they couldn't see upon, they are speaking grammar and they didn't see. Africa, America, see, understand what is going on in Nigeria. That you are saying back for me. Just cool down. Okay, look at what it has said. The rich men in the Igbo land, they'll be taking you one by one. This money is on news. Take e-money off. All your money, we already say, without your economic freedom power, you are not, even though you have a private jet 20, Fulani will take you like it. Imagine a Fulani taking this man off, taking security off. That country is it good? I never see rich men. When I came to America, I have a decision to do transportation cab business. Rich men, not about rich men, no security. Even though they are rich men, rich in pounds and dollars. No security, because what? They fall for their country, do their country normal. If the Nigeria is normal, somebody against security everywhere. No, because the country is in zoo and the people fail to tell themselves the truth. They live in denial. Eh? And the Nigerian news sharing themselves, but they don't know when this food they are cooking, when we done, you won't come out and charity won't come out say they want to come and take any news. No? Okay? And the Fulani, war is hungry you. What people say, what I kill no go. Fulani, you people fail to your fathers. Buhari, your father, and go on. Fail to tell people truth about Biafra war. About to just tell you about the truth. I want to be Yoruba. Yoruba people, their father tell them the truth of Biafra war. Say the British are fight also. Some people, our people want to back. Our people, say they have heart. Their heart is at the back. Yoruba say better Fulani, then say their own children. They believe that they can come on. The Fulani understand. During the Biafra war, there's no military. A person just share the whole military base everywhere. There's no military, no army cantonment everywhere. How many army working? How many Bob working? Can I kill 10 million once? No. So you people should be becoming. You said lockdown, even the way America that the highest rate of death in coronavirus. They didn't think their citizens the way they used to that doesn't know anything, copy constitution, we American constitution, we the people. America, upon the people there, some essential workers are going to work. Essential workers are going to work. Police never harass nobody, yeah? Police never harass people. There's some states, they say mandatory face mask. Everyone have mandatory face mask. They respect their law. And so there's nothing. Copy. What do you do? Okay, America, yeah, say some doctors. They write petition. About 40,000 petition doctors around the world. For this is Dr. Fashi to go to prison. They don't believe in the vaccine. They see Fulani. One the big vaccine when Kama. That's people that believe in one Nigeria. People Nigeria that believe in one Nigeria. They don't know that Fulani, they are exploiting all the resources meant for your own body or all your own unborn generation to succeed. They say go to China. That's what China becoming stronger to challenge America. And they are supporting them. Did Africa make a when did it? Do you know the kind of protest that this America? People will defend to watch you, especially people, Nigerian people living in America. Watch you to see how sacrifice the black America. Teenager. A teenager boy of 14 years. Give a speech for over 10 million people. Above 14 years. You want to call the spirit. And we are talking, I tell you, we don't force you, we don't preach to you, we mock us. But why is talking rubbish? So instead of the first to go, hey, let us be one Nigeria. You about that, and you can't say the country. The money your parents used to throw in Nigeria is waste. But even like this, the graduation in Nigeria should be, I will not bother to go to anywhere. Because these people are tough, people don't reason. Chinese are coming, taking everything. Chinese said, by 2022 or 2025, there will be 20% of Chinese will be a billionaire. Why do you think they are getting that money? Do you think the buy nationally that do in China they are making that money? Yeah, because they are all over Africans. Back up with their government. All over Africa bush. Do you know that man? You know that some Chinese can come to the Africa in their bush with their jet, make gold mine. From that bush they'll fly back to their country. There's no security in Africa. And yet people are still giving back. Let God judge, let God judge. And you're serving your children, serving your generation of born. No. Biafra this time around, anytime he said, I don't think they happen. If I don't do. Anybody living in America, let me don't tell yourself the truth. You are not doing like a white person. He's a foul.
Thank you, Mazi.
Now, even though you be a medical doctor, he cannot be the same thing with medical doctor by a white person. Why can't you live in a degree? Why can't you try to have a degree for your own, in your own country? I don't know human being. They have the same blood they will have, just because color different, the same anything. Can't you do you at least copy them in a good thing, not copy them in a wicked way? Mazi, let me drop them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The call number is +1 484 767 0848. +1 484 767 0848. That is the call number. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning from here.
your brother video being calling you from Los Angeles.
Welcome.
Yeah, just one thing that I really want to talk about this morning. Before I go on, I must say good morning from here to all Biafrans wherever you're listening from. And, pray that God in heaven will continue to keep each and every one of you strong to continue what you're doing. Mazi, I really appreciate the message. The message is going in, and sometimes we sound as if this thing can be done just overnight. That the message is kicking in. But I just want to talk on this national criticism on Chukwuemeka as far as the demolition of a hotel in River State, where he is, quote unquote, executive governor. Okay. Over the past few years, we saw what the demolitions that happened in Imo State by Rochas Okorocha, and market and everything that belongs to people for no reason.
Yes.
And nobody questioned it. Okay. We saw the one that happened in Abia State recently. The fires that were set up in people's homes and everything in Abia State. We saw the fires that were set up in our lawyer Ejiofor's home. We saw the destruction of our leaders' home. None of these people said nothing. Okay, none of these people said nothing. We also saw killing throughout Nigeria. All the killing, the burning of churches and everything. And none of these people has reason to question any of these things. Even the little girl that was yapping as a journalist that called Wike to come and explain or to talk about this national reaction, and just a hotel that was good, that was authorized by the members of the executives who agreed that something has to be done. And they are not looking at what the owner of this hotel did. They are not looking at anything that everybody, including Owazurike, that's running his mouth, and he's going to send his men to River State to begin to burn houses. He never sent his men to Daura. He never sent his men to Imo State while Okorocha was destroying everywhere. Okay, he never sent none of his men to Abia State or to Anambra State. You see where these people are coming from. You know, and then this morning I was watching a clip about this toad in a job trying to talk about his people. Whenever their pockets get dry, that's when they remember their people. Once they load them up with money, Ghana must go back now. You see him disappear back to Cotonou. Now he is now testifying that these people have, taken position all over the corners of Bayelsa and everywhere. I thought he was threatening to kill Mazi Mandekana. Yeah? So, in all these things, no national media, no media has brought Buhari, Ukorocha, and all these people that did all this crime are people to the television to query him or to query them. None of these, all this media that is hyping up now, everybody talking about this one. None of them has ever taken the initiative to bring in all these people to asking the question why they did all these demolitions and the killings and everything. And here we are. hearing them and talking even about it. Well, the only thing I'm going to leave with our people here is that don't even get frustrated. We're going to continue to educate our people until they understand what is going on. They will understand. And once they understand what is going on, because as we speak right now, a lot of them are still fooling around. Here we have lived in the age where they now lock you up in your homes, and then you see trailers of Al-Majiri. According to them, Al-Majiri is the problem. Therefore, everybody should partake in solving the problem. And these are the people that were sharing money the other day. They didn't share you money to any of the South, any part in the South. Okay? Now, Al-Majiri has become a Nigerian problem. And these are the people who bred and who created and bred that Al-Majiri. All the billions of meat they were selling. They could not send these people to school. They cannot do anything to them. Now, they are telling us that we are going to partake in the distribution of that nonsense. My brother, I sometimes, you know, some of these things you begin to wonder. Where is people's conscience? Where is people's conscience? Okay, that this is going to be a discussion. And people are talking about this at all. Because there are certain things you don't even discuss. But it's okay. Like I said earlier, the message is carrying across. It's carrying across. There's no way under the sun that we can live with this people like them. Because there's no connection at all. So all the one Nigerian is, let them continue. Let them continue, but they're going to justify it. We're going to see how all this plays out. My brother, I just want to leave this morning by telling you a week exactly what our leader told them in 2015 when in his first term, when they were trying to bulldoze him out of the office. Our leader told him, we can remain strong. We can remain strong. That's all I can tell it. To remain strong. And dear friends, I will ask you to remain stable, remain strong. Tell yourselves the truth. We have that obligation to tell ourselves the truth because it's only truth that can send us home. Again, humble humility. Let us tell ourselves, for God in heaven is here and ready to take us home. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much. Thank you. There we go. This is the critical view of our opinion. This is the way it is, and we are right on the money. For you to say you're a media host and you have no equilibrium when it comes to balancing issues, then you need not be there. You need not be there. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi, Alozie. God bless you, my brother.
God bless you, Ben. Good morning.
Touched on the most important issue now that is boiling. Let me say one thing first. You see this punk-ass woman called Elizabeth. She better shut up her mouth. That woman should just shut up her mouth. She's an idiot. She even open her mouth. You know, we're all going to be saying the same thing this morning because that's where everybody's pointing at. You know, starting from L5, that I touched on it. This man, what he did in Abuja, not just in Kaduna, in Abuja. I'm talking about 4-star hotels built by evils. This man demolished it. Where are all these useless media people? Particularly this one that interviewed Wike. That woman I don't know whether I think she's an Igbo woman. That woman, because she's always, you see the way she was trying to deflect what this criminal did. All she's concerned about is demolition of the building. But Wike is trying to point to her that people are fighting for their lives in the hospital. This man has the right. Not only is he passing the law of a state government, a law that was passed not single-handedly. Rufai does not pass any law before he starts demolition Igbo houses or hotels. He just wake up every day, one morning, and say, demolish all Igbo houses. But this one was duly followed through from the house that approved it. The committee was set up, that approved it. It became a law of the state. And this man was warned several times. He's a criminal. That's not the first time. Peter Obi had a similar law. If you have one, even if you are not a kidnapper, if your house is used to harbor kidnapping or kidnapping victims, the house will be demolished. And he demolished several houses. Nobody said anything about it because people supported such a move. Any house that is used or that is considered a den of thieves or criminals or kidnappers should be destroyed. It's as simple as that. There was no outcry for all these criminals that were going around throwing Igbo properties, doing all kinds of things. But when it comes to Wike, because they know Wike is the only standing governor right now in the whole of the eastern region that has refused to be brought over. So you see all these criminals, don't be a question, all these useless so-called Igbo people or whatever they are. So all the sellouts and all the cheap idiots coming to criticize what they don't even know, without even knowing the story behind it. They only wanted to criticize him and destroy him. That's why they're going about talking about withdrawing his security and all that nonsense. They should understand that the type of democracy we are creating is like a state, it's like a government of its own. You cannot come and make laws. He was not put there by Buhari. Buhari has no right to come and tell him what to do in his state. If the state decides to enact any law that is good for the citizens, you have no right to come from federal government to start telling him what to do or not. As long as they pass it through the legal way and through the House, voted for and agreed upon, you don't come there and tell them what to do or what not to do. He was elected by his own people. The only way he can be taken out of office is through election and by his people. It's not a cabinet post. Buhari didn't appoint him. So Buhari should just stay away from making any pronouncement. I don't know whether he was hiding in a hole and making that. Nobody saw him making any statement.
He did not.
Brother,
he did not make any statement when coronavirus was killing people.
Yeah,
he's making a statement.
He's making statements. He jumped out. He's awake. He's healthy now. But nobody saw him. He must be hiding in a hole, rascal, and making that statement. Now he can make statement, but we are begging him to come and address the nation. He couldn't address the nation. Have a conference, a news conference. He wouldn't do it. Now they can take the struggle online. Come out and give news conference. And I will stop this agitation. He wouldn't do it. How many challenges has he put to them? They're deceiving themselves. My brother, everybody's going to be saying the same thing over and over and over because that's where everybody's heading. The point is that we can stay where you are, stay strong. Nothing will happen. Okay? Let us go to hell. They're bringing Alamajiris here. But these are not even Alamajiris. These are people that they brought from other countries. They opened their border in the north. We saw them coming in with motorcycles and everything. People were coming, trooping in. You have people from other African countries coming into Nigeria. These are the same people that are bringing to us, calling them Alamajiris. They are not Alamajiris. These are not beggars. These are able-bodied men. Let them go to hell. Bye-bye, my brother.
Thank you. Morning, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Mazi, Alozie, my comrade.
Good morning.
Good evening from here. Yeah, my name still remains Pastor Chris Wise, calling from the Kingdom of Cambodia. Yeah, my reason of calling is that, most of the times I don't reason the way that's reason. I see things from another perspective, angle of it. I just want to start by asking a question. This Wasurike, though I don't want to mention his name, but situation warrant that has been peddling and presenting himself around as a leader of, I don't know. I think 2 or 3 years ago, he was removed as the leader of Masop, which one brother, a man or somebody, took over. And I want to know which of the Biafran struggle is him standing for, or is he standing in a gap for, and what gives him that very order to speak on behalf of the Biafrans, trying to accuse Nwike over what everyone knew that what he did was right, even in the sight of God, which they know that very hotel has been used just like Otopoto, where Wasulike was residing. Having said that, then I will say this now. During Rochas Okolocha, there are so many multi-million building structures that was demolished, razed down, very close to Okigwe, to his Freedom House. And he did not warn, he didn't speak a word. It was very, very calm, like frog. They thrown into a hot water. He was very cold. He was very silent. He didn't say a word. He did not read book Rochas Okolocha. Now that this man, Wike, the only voice in the government of the entire Biafrans, apart from Mazi Dabaribe, the only man that is the voice of the masses, that stands in a gap just like as our leader. Now, do you know or do you see that these politicians are using Wasulike because he didn't come out to say that thing on his own? Hausa Fulani has conspired with Rochas Okolocha and bribed him because they have been looking for a way and who could have stand in a gap to tackle Mwike. They have searched and searched around. They couldn't see because Mwike is just like a going war. He's just like someone, he's a man of everybody that don't have a permanent friend. They now use this Wasulike right now as a frontier to speak against Mwike. What am I trying to say now? There is this very adage in Igbo land. They say that Balabala Feloke Oblala. Wasulike should not brought himself in a limelight of total judgment that would destroy him. I, standing here, talking, contributed a lot in that very house built at what they call it, Aguletika. I contribute money and I carry concrete on my head to build a house. Even I slept at that gate sometimes 1 month overnight when we were in Masop. We know how he has been lying, how he has stolen money, how he has been going around doing all manner of things. Even where he built that Freedom House was confiscated. Nobody gave him that very place. They confiscated that land. He didn't bought it. He didn't buy that land. And he went to the prison. How about Nisi? Brainwash him and he came out. They start misbehaving. And now, still a freedom fighter in Nigeria that has been operating with Nigerian police, that has been operating with Nigerian army, that has been operating with DSS. What qualifies him to a kind of giving that very trust that people would believe in him on what he has been doing, or what he is doing, or to a kind of to count the very few of what he did to when he traveled to overseas and collected money from most of our brothers in diaspora that made our leader now to labor so much. If I were that man, I would have covered my face with plastic. That is Mewulu Ghana must go, or backo bag, cover my face, and they kind of choke myself to death because I don't deserve even to come out talk more of speaking on a social media. He's a criminal. So if you look into what I've just said right now, find out what they call it, Richard Sokolocha and all these cabals has brought him over to find a way to speak against Wike so that they can deal with him. And you can see they have made a kind of a very big approach by removing those of the security personnel. And very soon now it will get to governor's security personnel. So what are they doing is to make sure that the River State are totally handicapped, and they are using Imo State. They are using Hopeless also Demba, and they again using this man called Wazulike to frustrate the entire Igbo race and the entire Biafra land, just like Nyenwodo and the Kekuranketa and all of them, David Umoru and all of them. You know what am I trying to say? My brother, the time has just come, and that time is now. These people, we need to deal with them. Even if we don't deal with them anyhow, we should bring them and give them a total flog. That is, Abahan and Apia his booty, they cannot sit down for at least 3 weeks because they are the major problem. When this fire has been demolishing most of our brothers' building in the north, even in Abuja and the Kano, where were him? What did he say? He didn't say anything. He just came out right now to kind of make his name relevant again, so that people will start talking, using his name. I know he is happy right now because we are mentioning his name on our platform, but God will punish him. You know. So let me just digress. Let me just enter into another thing. My comrade, I want to bring to a kind of our notice now. Did you notice that since the president of Chad invasion, that is since he destroyed and demolished Boko Haram, that since that time Boko Haram has not been coming out. We have not been hearing about them. We have not been hearing about killing and destroying of villages. To combine with the kind of what they call it, financial donor who was this very man that just died, Abakiale. You know, that is to tell you that the Northerners are the supplier of all this terrorism that is going on. Just like what Abaribe said, that they refuse to tag any of this terrorism that is going on in the Nigeria. They refuse to tag them terrorists. But they are very quick to go to court and collect court injunction to tag us and use our brothers. Someone like this was look at them, judge and bail lawyer. They use them to tag us terrorists. I love our people so much, and I love IPOB so much. We are very calm people. And let me just tell you, had it been that we are the kind of these alamajuris, maybe agitating, and the Northerners now call us terrorists, you would have seen what they call terrorists. All their houses would have been razed down, their family would have been killed, everything that concerned them would have been wiped out because they call us terrorists, and we are acting accordingly because that is what you called us. But the Northerners refused, and they are using them for politics to collect money from the international communities. And again, all the loot money Abacha collected, they use it to buy ammunition to frustrate us. Okay, now that Abakiale is now dead, he has become a vegetable now. The next move they are using now, which our people refuse to understand, is this Almajiris. They are migrating with full force. Now, someone that has what they call great reasoning would have been asking himself, these people, what are they coming here to seek for? Are they coming to work? Are they coming to rent shops? Are they coming to do any business? Who invited them? Where are they going to sleep? Is there any accommodation for them? Because they don't have any brothers that have an accommodation that will accommodate them. Where is the house that they will be living in? Then what are the reasons of their coming? Because I've not seen an Igbo man or a Biafra man that left for traveling, that went to a particular place and became stranded without a proper location or direction of people that someone that invited him. That is to tell you that these people have an ulterior motive. somebody drove motorbike. But I'm blaming those people that got that motorbike. Someone drove motorbike from Nasarawa to, or what they call it, Enugu State. That motorbike would have been searched. They would have been removed the seat. Check it, because that kind of motorbike, they call it Bajaj. They use it to park more than 5 AK-47 on top of that seat and sit on it and drive on it, and you wouldn't even know that there are ammunition on that motorbike, under the seat. They just say, we'll turn them back, You are now turning them back without escorting them to the last destination to make sure that they left your town, or they get to the other states, and you hand them over. You just sit at a particular place to ask them to return, which means your job is incomplete.
Okay,
Mazi. It's inconclusive.
All right, Mazi. Thank you.
So let me just stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? That line is dead. The call number is +1 4847670848. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller, your name and where you calling from? Good morning. Your environment is noisy. You're noisy. Yeah, it's noisy. Go ahead. Your environment is noisy, so I don't know. The call number is +1 4847670848. Using of Wazirike shows you that he's not a Biafran. He's their agent, and this will make assertion very, very credible. If you stand up and you say you're a Biafran figure and you're fighting for Biafran, at the same time you're attacking your fellow Biafran with no credible information, that means you're working against your own people. And this has been going on, and this is why when we say the things we say, we stand by it. Yeah. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Good morning from here. See how much you can get through. Go ahead.
I like the way we pray for clarity purpose. Because trying to actually find out why the demolition took place in the first place. Because it was a different narrative on the side of the media. And the clip you just played it out to know. Clarify everything we need to know. But it's very, very, very unfortunate that the same media who are failed to question the whereabouts of the breed, the same media who are failed to question the whereabouts of the Tibado, the same media who are failed to ask who is running the government of the construction, the same media who are failed to question the veracity and the truthfulness in the data collection and the inflation of activity. The same media who are failed to point out how people are dying in hunger, how police are molesting and killing people in the name of the long run. The same media have been compromised in our education. Shame to the Nigerian media, shame unto them. The last thing I want to point out before I drop, most of our people, they indulge on things that don't matter. They should focus, more especially people that are on social media. We should focus on the issue of the bill have to completely collapse the two to demand a sovereign nation. Instead of trying to disturb us, you will see people be talking about the man of God and another and the spectrum of Alozie. That is not what we are here for. If you don't know what to write, you better your type of tools and open up on where to write, open up to you. Because of what we are doing, and do not disturb our people. Every day, there will be something very bad thing. The kind of answer, especially when they write this, and those who are taking this for us to keep themselves from us, they will have started after like this, and power they possess. Those people are killing our people. But instead of them to do that, they will want to share that in that's not what we are doing. So I want to therefore ask them, I want to deal with them to stop all those things they are doing on social media and focus on the job. We have to non-breakup. This evening, to eat at every one of them, but want to speak on social media. I think I think doctor
I think at this stage I'll just cut you off because your line is not stable. You are trying your best, and I've given you a ample of chance to see if it will improve, but it is not improving. So I'll not allow you to continue burning your money. So let others call in. You are trying to make a point, but it is not clear because of your position. I think you're driving. The call number is +1 484 767 0848. Whatever be said, I've not seen it. And there are some issues that I will address tomorrow. Just like I see them, I group them to certain issues. I can't just pick up on, okay, that's what it is. No, I group my findings together. For people to continue disgracing themselves, that shows they are far gone. When you don't make yourself credible and you do things that will bring you disrespect, that is it's of your own making. That's the way I look at it. Caller, your name and where you calling from.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. We hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you. Turn off your radio. We are hearing you, but you're not hearing us. Yeah, something is wrong with your line. Caller, your name and where you calling from.
Mazi, good afternoon from here.
Good morning.
Mazi, Mazi, my name is Melo. I'm calling from London here.
Welcome.
Mazi, I so much appreciate your good job. I appreciate your family. I appreciate the leaders, deputy, everybody that is working as seriously to restore Mazi. Biafra, the whole world, stand up for your right and challenge all these evil medias in the zoo. Just like our leader is challenging them. I don't give a shit whoever our leader call them. Challenge them. Mazi, the media is our problem. I'm telling you, see, the reason why Biafrans are dying today and Igbos is media. Media is the problem we are having. Mazi, we are even talking about, let's not go too far. They have forgotten Abulado bomb just yesterday. The media have never asked what really transpired in that Abulado up to now. They never asked. I was waiting to see if there's something that could happen. You have to go there to ask for them to come on the channel to open investigation. What happened? We want to know that is it this bomb or is it this gas fire? They never ask about that case is died. Our people, thousands of people life are perished. Their houses, their business, everything are perished. They never talk about it. They never talk about it. It's weekend. Just like our sister said. What our sister said that called you last time. He went into my brain. He said that this is the reason why they drive Jonathan. Mas, I don't know if I'm coming out loud.
You are very loud. We are hearing you.
Yes, Mas. He said this is the reason why they condemn Jonathan. Look at the genocide they are called Buhari. Look at what is happening today. They condemn Jonathan. These stupid zoo people condemn Jonathan. Jonathan do this. Jonathan do this. Today, Jonathan is back. Jonathan is a block. Look at us today. Today with this Fulani danger we. Look at us. These things we call so Nigerians. Look at you today. You condemn Jonathan. What is happening today? They are raping your mother in the farm, killing them, kidnapping them, asking you for ransom. You cannot say anything. The same thing you are doing to me today. The same thing you do to Jonathan that lead you in this problem. It's a chief security of his state. He decides what to do. You people, the media, this media is our problem. The media, that is why America is hammering them. Our people that die in our blood, so this media, how many times can't you go and make an investigation as what really transpired in that blood? We want to know. Our people perish, their business perish, their houses perish. No idiots up to now still ask that question. Was we can never ask. None of them, these people, these people, let anybody who knows how to write very well come to social media and table it very well and put it so the whole world will see. These people think that the people, the difference they know years back ago is this one. No, we are different. We have to, like my brother said, we have to make sure that our people understand exactly what is going on in the zoo. They are trapping our people. They're trying to twist our people's brain. They try to make them see good and call it evil. When they see evil, they call it good. More especially our own people. This is what Fulani have turned our people to. Let them see evil and call it good. Let them see good and call it evil. The media is still the problem till today. And I stand by our leader. It doesn't matter who he call him. If you don't want to repent, if you don't want to say read the good news, pack your load and go inside. This is so-called media. They will kill our people in our house. You will say it's alleged. They will show you the video here. You are seeing our people being murdered in the cold blood. You will say it's alleged. You will say it's alleged. You will see our people being raped. Kill them. They will show you the video. You will see them. This media will say it's alleged. And they want us to shut up our mouth. Because we did not have media since after the war. That is why Igbo name everywhere. Igbo do this. If a Yoruba man still Igbo, Hausa man still Igbo, every tribe that still Igbo. That is why we look like we are bad people in that country. We are not bad people. Igbo people never are bad people. Stand just because look at come and put us in Nigeria. We are never in Nigeria. It shall not be well with Britain. I'm telling you the gospel truth. There's all this atrocity. Committing against innocent people, they never utter a word. They never utter a word. So our people are dying. And this Yoruba media are still there, pretending as if they don't know, hiding evil, and they want our leader to shut up his mouth. That is the only man we have that speaks for us. Nobody speaks for us. I see this struggle and now know that nobody speaks for us. That is why we are dying. And the Hamadika come out and speak for us. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If Britain wants us to go to second war with Nigeria, we will. Just like we will anyhow. What of us here we fight it. You see, it's better for a man to die than to live like a slave. We mean it. Give us Biafra and our leader will shut up his mouth. He has told you. What else again do you want to hear? Give us Biafra. If you want to kill us again this time around, prepare. Where you will die. We stay here. What are our people being killed? Yoruba people, you see people being killed. You from our mouth. You report it the way it is. Whenever they hear our own people alleged, may God punish us. I'm angry because the people use their leader to be destroying our own people.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
What else do you want to hear?
Yeah. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Where you will die.
I'm calling from Los Angeles.
Welcome. Go ahead.
But somebody's still talking on it.
He's done. He's done. Call number is +1 484767 0848.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Your name, you're calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Los Angeles. My name is Alozie from Nigeria.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Welcome. Go ahead.
You hear me?
We are listening. Go ahead.
One minute. Okay, thank you. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we are hearing you.
Okay,
No, we are speaking English today.
Only English.
Only English.
I'm from Lisa. My name is Lisa. Los Angeles, okay, now, this is what I have to say. All this talk can never help us. Let we that live here in the United States. Let we that live here in the United States.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, let we that live here in the United States that enjoying this place help those people down home. If we are calling on phone talking all these things, they cannot help them. What we're gonna do? Let we, huh? Only English. Only English. I'm from my name is Los Angeles. Okay, now this is.
Something is wrong with your line, mister. I think you're listening to yourself. So, I don't know how to help you. When you say what we have to do is, people organize themselves. You hear OK Foreign. OK Foreign comes on the radio and organizes things to help people at home. You can as well do that. It is something universal. It doesn't have to come just from one person. So you can start up something. I know you have something, so we will welcome it. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, Alozie, good afternoon from WhatsApp. And
here you are. There, go ahead. I just got through mentioning your name. Go ahead.
Okay, my beloved, my better Mazi, Alozie. Mazi, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I agree with you. Mazi, continue. Every other protocol is really observed. Mazi, I don't have time because I'm somewhere. Mazi, I want to continue to inform our people about this idiot that are bringing to Biafra land. Mazi, these are the foot soldiers. Mazi, the information authoritatively. These people are being recruited in their mosque and are trained in this beer. So we don't need to deceive ourselves. These are the foot soldiers. They are everywhere in Biafra land. Mazi, could you imagine that some of them are in Olo? My brother is here with you. I had to call him went to Biafra land. In Omudioka, you see an Hausa boy, Fulani boy, having pistol, moving around. And the funny thing, they have these people have GPS. How can they to they define them? The next minute you are seeing them everywhere. They pretend that politicians they are doing what they call this method they are doing. It doesn't work like that. Our people should wake up now. The highest thing we can do now is every village to get their volunteers, like saying it every day, day in, day out. Let people get their own volunteers. The young men, put your volunteers together. They contractor will be shouting here. It's only to defend your land, not only their parents who come and defend it. We must take it by force. This time there is no mercy. Our people are doing good. If those of them in the Enugu side, not allowing these people to enter, and those of them in the head bridge, they are doing very wonderful. Then we have our own to do. We have our own to do. We are going. Let us avoid. You don't know. The more that we will get there now. But I got that kind of. Say you like it or don't deceive yourself. Even if it's for 1 week, it's 100% sure. Prepare yourself. Go and buy whatever you can use to defend yourself. Simple as that. Whatever you can lay your hand. That money you're using to buy a car. This is not time for pleasure. This is the time to buy something that you use to defend yourself, defend your community, defend your aged mothers. Mazi, I just want to stop it there and let me tell my beloved brother from Imo State. You people have seen what is happening. We is doing great. Where are all the disadvantages? Where are they heading to? They are heading to other states, Imo State, where they have a firstborn that become the last one that become the firstborn. We have Emir there. Roger, this idiot is there, bringing them, frustrating them everywhere.
Mazi, that man knows what he's doing. So please, if you are from Imo State, oh my God, our men in diaspora, call us. But we are looking for transmitter. We're almost getting there. Very short period. Please. We want everybody to be getting radio Biafra in Imo State, anywhere you are. Whether for you are from Mungo Bala, whether from your province, whether from Okiwamba or Mbito, please call this number +48 739 672 638. I repeat, +48 739 672 638. I wait for your receipt. Mazi was good. There was. Thank you. Bye bye.
There was. That is what we are talking about, and we'll continue to be getting it that way. You see, people call, people say things, and some of them count. It's the opinion. It is the opinion. This is Radio Biafra, and this is the way we operate. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mazi, Alozie.
Good morning from here.
Thank you very much for picking my call. This is Rabbi Charles. I'm calling from the United Kingdom. I greet every Biafran listening to me all over the world, friends of Biafran, lovers of freedom. I salute you. I remain Rabbi Charles. I'm calling from United Kingdom. Mazi, Alozie, I have just a few things to contribute on this broadcast today. When I said earlier on at Peter's broadcast, reminding our people that the strategy that these people are mounting or taking is a pre-planned war strategy. They are not working alone. They are being guided by their superiors. Some of them are in the military. Some are foreign oil dealers that are outside that contraption called Nigeria. If they know that if you take this matter legally, the Nigeria will crumble. They don't have any legal ground to mount pressure that want to force everyone to become one fraudulent evil Nigeria. They know that they are not getting any they're not going to get away with that. It's not possible for them. So this what they do. If you look carefully, if you study carefully on what is going on, you will know that Fulani doesn't have the technicality or capability to kind of go into combat with Biafrans. With the way things are today, they cannot be able to undertake such a journey or such road. They can't do that. So they will employ people who will give them strategy. The thing that I am begging our people is to be very, very calm and be very, very tactical in approach. If you may not understand what where I'm getting to or what I'm saying, but you may not be a military person or whatever to understand this. If you listen to our leader's last broadcast, he made a kind of plea to every Biafran or those from the Biafran region serving in the zoo military. He said you have to step down and get out from that place. If you ever undertake any assignment from them, I mean from the zoo military, you are doing it at your own peril. You will be killed. So what they are using is they want to use the Biafrans to go and kill Biafrans. Is one of their plans. They have different plans and strategies in place. They have done delivery. Have been doing delivery for a very long time. They use a truck, Dangote truck, and most trucks that comes pretends to deliver food items or goods. They use it to deliver missions. And even use the Nigerian Boko Haram military vehicles to deliver ammunition. So these people you are seeing coming down there are coming to go and pick those ammunitions and strategize themselves. So because if you geographical, dynamics of that place, you see there's no way they can do what they did before. The people that will do that attack will not undertake, they will do it. So they are telling them to foot and penetrate so they can start from the middle. But listen, I want to tell us something. If our people are careful, you will observe, you will hear what Governor Wike has been saying. I'm not a fan of any Nigerian politician or governors, I'm not. Because today they can say this, tomorrow under pressure or whatever they can say another thing. Until when the person come up and say, I believe in this struggle, I believe Mazi Nnamdi, and I will submit under his leadership and control or command, then I will be rest assured under oath. I will say, yes, he's one of us. But I will support anyone. A friend to my enemy is my enemy. An enemy to my enemy is my friend. We will fight along. When we come to a point, then we can have dialogue and settle our differences. So these things you see them doing is not only to spread coronavirus, it is also to infiltrate our area, and they will start killing from within. You know, what is guerrilla kind of warfare? They kill and hide, and come out and kill and hide. So until when the area is cleared up or cleaned up, and they will declare whatever they want to declare. So don't let this thing get into your head. I heard the journalist, Wike was pointing to the journalist, cannot tolerate the waste of life. The killing the owners of those hotels have been doing. But the journalist kept saying, but you destroy the property. Now our leader reminded them, you have been destroying Biafran property in the north for a very long time. And the one that destroyed during war, compensation has never been paid. What are you talking about? His property worth more than life? And the man was telling them that you have to look after life than properties. But they are telling the man, no, look after properties, forget about life. So what I'm saying today is this. Our people, don't be quick. Don't let the media, Yoruba control media, deceive you. You can see the appointment they are doing. And if you look at the news, you will see, I saw it now from Isaiah Yoruba, Facebook, broadcast, saying that Ibrahim Gambari is now appointed to be the chief of staff. How can you appoint a chief of staff? You have not told us what happened to the vice president of the contraction called Nigeria. You haven't said what happened to the so-called president. You are building a kind of story to eventually say that the president is incapable, he cannot deliver, and therefore he's removed. And the man, Ibrahim Gambari, is from Kwara State. And when you look at the name, not at all. If you look deeper into his lineage, it's one of those Fulani that came down there to Kwara State through the saga, and they control that place and began to. So they have the same Yoruba names, but they are Fulanis. So this is what is going on. And he's now the minister of they appointed him to be the chief of staff. And everything is chaotic and upside down in the contraction called Nigeria. So I want to tell our people this. The thing that we are talking about is more than real. When Mazi Foreign said, certainly, it is very clear, but do not let them to get foothold to some certain strategic areas. If you see them, flush them out. If you see anybody accommodating them, flush them out. Don't let them be. And as a matter of fact, I do not trust, I'm sorry to say this, anybody meddling with Nigerian government, I don't trust them. Because sometimes they will say this, under pressure they will say that. This is what we have been looking at. So we can't let them get away with this. The point is, there is nobody in Asorok. The man that they are using to go around the world, some foreign countries are involved in this mess. They are trying to hide their evil and their atrocities. Using a man, Buhari died. They know that. Everybody knows that. And they decided to bury it. Africans, the consumption for Nigeria, animals, as they call them in all these European countries. And the name, the Syria, Necha. In German or Dutch, Necha means a nigger. You mean that is nigger in English. From that, you call them Nigeria. And what's the point? So having returning Nigerian passport, that deportation is very imminent, will be deported because you are seeing what is going on and you don't want to declare it now. See that say we can't take this any longer. And you are saying you are Nigerian. That is why I ask what you say, I even, some time ago, I even said it. How can you be bold and audacious to be using that kind of fraudulent name as a passport? The supremacy gave you that name. You are bearing the name. They are making law for you. They are doing this and doing that. They will send people from all these Almajiris. Those people you see, you don't know how much they pay them from different countries to come there to fight. These people are involved. If any country interfering with Nigerian crude oil and gas, it's really involved in this thing. These Fulanis are not alone in this nonsense. They are not alone in this nonsense. Some parts of Yoruba like them. But that thing will bounce back on them. It is very clear. I am not mixing words. I don't hate Yoruba. But some part of them that want to join this Fulani to do post-mayhem. This thing you won't escape it. That thing you're looking for, it will be fought in every state. Every state in that construction will get the piece of pie and piece of cake. I am not bluffing. I'm telling them what I am hearing because they will feel it. If you think that you can destroy other states and your own will be preserved because they promise you we will make Lagos a first-class city, you believe that? That war will be fought, Biafra land will be decimated and Lagos state will be there, Ondo state will be there, Ogun state will be there. You must be joking. Abuja will be there. You must be joking. The thing I believe in one thing. If you don't give it to me, I will show you whom you're going to give it to. If I go down, you go down. That is what I can tell them. Sometimes I am sick and tired of the way some people are reading in Nigeria. They will not face the reality. They won't face the fact. They think they can get away. They can do it. Even in foreign countries, this war they are talking about, it will be fought in foreign lands. All foreign countries will feel it. It is not a threat, it's a promise. They will feel it. Because they can't sit in their countries and be making the trade-off in Africa. People have the audacity to come with vaccine to vaccinate the people when they have not invented any official vaccine that can cure corona or treat corona. Look at the way people are dying in Kano State. Look at the way people are in the north part of that construction called Nigeria. Even United Kingdom haven't figured out the vaccine that can treat corona or cure corona. But Nigeria with China, they are so quick to come and bring out something, saying they have to test them. Yes, it's championing this. I want the world to hold the get responsible for this. That I don't know how a computer guru can become a medical expert to issue a vaccine and to vaccinate people. That man should be stoned. The guest should be stoned. They shouldn't allow him to walk out freely. Mazi, Alozie, thank you very much. I'm not out of words. I'm just mindful of your time. I have to end it here. Thank you very much. Shalom.
We are heading to the end of today's program, and I'll take one more call, and that will be the end of the broadcast of today. I'll take one more call, and that will end today's program. And the call number is +1 484 767 The caller from California, your call went off, and it seems you were listening to yourself, so your call did not get through. You were listening to yourself. This is really where we'll be ending today's program. We'll be dealing with this again tomorrow. And my advice to people is that you have good ideas. If you have something to do, you start it. Start it and then spread it out. Then people will follow. You just come and show what you're capable of doing. We like ideas, so start it. Start it. We have been calling on our people in the United States. We've been calling on them. So if they want to respond, that's fine. Caller, you have 3 minutes. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, Mazi, Alozie, thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Simon Anuwa. Follow up what our brother said. You know, these people, they're always speaking on us. They think we are stupid. We're not stupid. The European and Western world, they have been committing crime against humanity. We Africans, and they think that we are stupid. We grow up here, we study here, we have works. They have trained us. They should not think we are stupid. They should not think from the slave trade. We keep quiet. They should know that the war will start from anywhere you are. It's not going to be in Biafra land. Let me say about what is going on in Biafra land, and some of our brothers raises their feet, arms, any power they have to fight against the state. Everybody should see what is going on in Biafra land. We can deal how do they fight it before? We can deal with our problems. Speaking about this wicked destroying house, Wika can build the house, it's nothing, but Mazi, me, Simon, I witnessed property during the time of Jonathan, at the back of Otobaras. Anyone living in Lagos, no when it happens. Even 2017 happened. They can destroy our house, they can be destroying our house. Nobody has been speaking. Why are they ranting? Why are they trying to we can't fight against ourselves. Our leader said our problem is just small greed, we are jealous. Why me? Why is he not this person? You know what he's doing every day. You know what he's doing. In interest. We just come here to set our people free. We are not the problem of ourselves. The problem is the Fulanese. We should look these invaders. You people know there is lockdown. There is lockdown. Nobody is moving. But this is the time trailers of Dangote to be people and forget about talking about last year. We should matter.
Right,
what is?
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
What is matter?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Sorry, the time is just not in your favor. That's the nature of this station. And here we'll be ending the broadcast. South Africa is coming next. For all those that are with us, if you have more to say, you go to South Africa. If you're unable to get through here, we have other sources too. So what I mean is that call South Africa. They are coming up real fast. They're coming up next. So thank you all for participating, and we'll do this again tomorrow. For all our Biafrans, I say thank you, and God bless.
evening and good night to some of you. Regardless of where you are domiciled, we are welcoming you. This is a Radio Biafra live transmission. The whole world is listening. Humanity is paying attention. The zoo is trembling. And the children of the Most High, the children of Biafra, they are rejoicing because they are about to receive the gospel of redemption, the gospel of salvation, the gospel of hope, the gospel of freedom, a gospel that is unquenchable, a gospel that is indestructible, a gospel that is ordained in heaven to be preached to the sons of men on this very earth, that all those who pay attention, all those who are enlightened enough to reason through everything that we say, that only those may be redeemed from the damnable zoological republic. That very British colonial experiment, worse than coronavirus, worse than any man-made disease ever on this very earth. That is our job and we must do it. Some may not understand what we are doing. Our timetable may appear confusing to some people, but one thing is very obvious. One thing is unmistakable. This very fight to restore Biafra must be accomplished in our time, because we will not retreat an iota. We are not going to abandon this very effort. We are never ever going to surrender. For there will be Biafra or we all die getting Biafra. That is our mantra. It remains forever and ever. Our work is divine. Those who are in the flesh can never understand it. Those who are in the flesh cannot begin to comprehend this very divine work that we are doing. That is why we have obliterated the zoo. That is why anytime they know we are coming on air, they begin to panic. Each time they know we are coming, they begin to worry. Each time they know we are coming, they know that the date for the disintegration of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria is ever getting closer to us. Regardless of where you're listening from, Radio Biafra can be listened to across Biafra land on CHK 102.2, CHK 102.1, depending on where you are. We are online, we are on satellite, we are on television. We cover every media platform known to man. This very IPOB, this very noble family, these chosen children of God, because if you're not IPOB, you cannot be a child of God, I assure you. You cannot be. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And by the very special grace of Elohim, Chukwuemeka Biama Purimiyanine, the servant of the wonderful people of Biafra, we have come that light may be present where once there was only darkness. We have come to fulfill a divine purpose. That is why we must preach this very gospel this evening. That is why the whole world is at attention at this very moment. Learned people all over the world listening to this very broadcast, because this remains indisputably the greatest university on the face of this very earth. If you listen to Radio Biafra, you can never be the same again. If you partake in this very gospel, you will see the light. As always, we must pray. We must call upon the Most High, Chukwuemeka Biama Purimiyanine, God Almighty that resideth in heaven, to come and take charge of our proceedings very evening. This very evening, because humanity is listening. If you do not have your pen and paper ready, If you have not informed your neighbors, your friends, and your family to participate in this very process of enlightenment this evening, then you have not done your job thoroughly. Because I challenge anyone to listen to Radio Biafra and remain the same after that. There are idiots all over the place. There are fools all over the place. They will continue to make a mockery of themselves. They will continue to prod us to see if we can respond to any of their garbage. But we are preoccupied with doing this very important work of the restoration of Biafra. We remain undistracted because we have the Janjaweed Fulani Caliphate in our sight, and it is an opportunity we are not going to miss. I welcome each and every one of you once again, and I say to Elohim, Lord God Almighty in heaven, the creator of everything that we see around us, you existed before the commencement of time and space itself. That is why we say you are the Lord of all the hosts of heaven. That is why we say you are the Ancient of Days. That is why you changeth not. As you are in the beginning, you have remained ever the same until this very day. You are Lord God Almighty, the author and the finisher of our faith. We submit before your throne of grace this very evening. As I know that barely 4 weeks ago, my parents were committed to the Mother Earth that they may reside beside thee and ask and plead for Biafra to be restored in the time of their children. We call upon thee to have mercy upon us, to forgive us our sins, to redeem Biafra from the hands of darkness and iniquity, to allow Britain to see common sense and let your children go, or else, as I have repeatedly proclaimed on this very platform, what befell Pharaoh and Egypt shall be the portion of Britain if they do not allow Biafra to go. They are doing the best they can to marginalize. They are doing the best they can to whitewash every news that is coming out of Biafra land. They have bribed, they have intimidated, they have cajoled, and they continue to do so around the world. At every place, at every station, where they know that the story of Biafra must be told, they are there, doing what they have always done, trying to bribe people not to report Biafra, doing their damned best to see if they can stop IPOB. But due to your grace, O Heavenly Father, we have remained indestructible. We have grown from strength to strength every day. You see what is happening to your children. You have seen the mistake that Azikiwe did. You have seen the foolishness of the Fulefu class in Abuja and in Lagos. You have seen the imposition of Janjaweed slaves in our land, especially in Imo State. You can see
who gave your life for. This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their life for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The T.O. bomb, but then military shots out them.